The top of the Big 12 looks different after today's game in Stillwater, as does this, the OSU record book. If you have it, chuck it. Well, the playoff weather has certainly arrived here in Oklahoma in time for the first full night of the high school playoffs. Dan Seed live here at Cameron Stadium. 23 of 35, 323 yards and 5 touchdowns. Sounds like a Brandon Whedon stat line, but it wasn't, and that was a major part of the problem. After just a taste of playoff football last night, tonight we get the whole enchilada. Baxley, don't be excited about the Mexican food reference. The high school playoffs. After game one, the Thunder said they had to be more physical, had to be more aggressive, and they had to take more trips down the floor and make them count. Through the first half tonight, check, check, and check. Let's check out the highlights. How's this for energy? Kevin Durant, James Harden here, and then Harden with the nice feed to Russell Westbrook, and look at how pumped up the Thunder are. They are up 6. Later first quarter, Eric Maynor coming up with some defense, the steal, and the coast-to-coast finish. Thunder on an 8-1 run. That puts them up 11, but Memphis hanging with them. Darrell Arthur, the monster jam. Memphis cuts the lead down to 5, but just before the half, the Thunder pulling away again. And again, it's Russell Westbrook. Thunder up 12 after this basket. And you see the score there. Right now, they are up 11, 64-53. Now to the no-brainer vote of the year. Former Sooner and current Clipper Blake Griffin was named the NBA's Rookie of the Year today, winning the award in unanimous fashion, and in doing so, joining some pretty exclusive and elite company. Griffin accepted the award in Los Angeles today after the former OU star received every one of the 118 first-place votes, easily outdistancing Washington's John Wall. Griffin, who led all rookies in scoring and rebounding, is the first unanimous choice since David Robinson. That's good company to be in back in 1990. There's no such thing as a sure thing, but OU here in Norman is about as close as it comes. 36 straight they've won here at Memorial Stadium after today's 45-7 win over Texas Tech. As OU looked every bit of the Big 12 title contender they've contended they are, and nothing like the group that was beaten a week ago at Texas A&M.
I think it gets down to, making plays when you get the opportunity to make them.
We were just executing a lot better this week. Last week we weren't able to run the ball as well as we did this week, and just throwing and catching with all the wide receivers and us being on the same page. So just basically we executed our offense a lot better this week.
While the streak extends into next season, today may have been it for Ryan Broyles in Norman, and if it is, it was quite a send-off. Broyles' 8 catches for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns helped him supplant Mark Clayton for the OU career reception and touchdown reception marks. Number 85 also tied Clayton's record for the most 100-yard receiving games in a career and in a single season.
This means so much to me. It's always been one of those things that I wanted to meet and meet the expectations of being a wideout at Oklahoma.
And he's a great player. I love his competitiveness, his toughness. He just has a knack for adjusting to the football like nobody I've ever seen. To find the football, turn for it, and he got the surest hands of anybody I've ever been around. And he just has a great knack for making big plays.
With the cold weather here, the cold reality sets in. If OU's going to make it back to a BCS Bowl this January, they're going to have to do it on the road. Win out at Baylor next week, and then 2 weeks from today in Stillwater. Reporting from Norman, Dan Seed, 7 Sports. Betty Blackeye, Aphrodite and Sweet Destruction, and for a child of the 80s, a personal favorite, Punky Bruised Her. But behind every bad tizzle and cyanide couture are girls next door.
Megan.
My name is Brenna Moreland.
My real name is Erica DeRocha. Just started working at US Cellular, and then I'm a mom.
I'm actually an assistant manager at a bank.
I could sell you a cell phone and you'd probably never even know. Unless I have a bruise on my face or a tooth knocked out or something.
And therein lies part of the beauty of roller derby for the 60 or so women who are members of the 580 Roller Girls, Lawton's first and to this point only roller derby team.
The first time I ever really took somebody out, it was just like the most rewarding moment ever because you feel like you're untouchable.
I didn't even know that there was hitting involved. I didn't know much about it, and I just jumped right in. And yeah, it was a little nervous, but once you start taking a few hits, you get used to it, and it's a lot of fun.
What most people know about the roller derby comes from its campy Saturday afternoon run back in the 70s. This is not the 70s. Today's bouts are not scripted, and while they are physical, they rely more on speed and strategy than chair throwing and throwing elbows.
You have to see it, because not only is it awesome to see a bunch of cute little girls in little outfits hitting on each other, but there's actually a real game in there.
4 blockers from each team. The first one in the pack is the pivot, and they are like the pace car. They keep the pace of the pack, but they also block. And then you have your blockers in the middle, and then 20 feet behind the pack is the jammer. And the jammer has to make her way through the pack and lap, and then make her way through the pack again. And every opposing teammate she passes, she gets a point.
On this Saturday night, the 580 Roller Girls hosted their first ever bout here at the Great Plains Coliseum, welcoming the likes of the Derby Darlings and the Rock Island Sirens and the Lightning Broads. The Lawton team unfortunately did not get the win, but it's not all about wins and losses or how many cuts and bruises you go home with.
The physical is pretty fun, but the camaraderie is the best, because you not only walk away with it with making new friends, but you make new family members.
Being an Army wife, I didn't have many friends, and I had been here about 2 years before they formed the league. And having someone to turn to and lean on is, I think, the best part. Because, I mean, your husband can deploy at any time, and you need help, and they're willing to help you. They will come over, help babysit, go to doctor's appointments with you. I mean, they're just an awesome group of girls.
I've joined all kinds of different types of groups in my life, and I've never seen quite this type of camaraderie. It's just amazing that we're all here for each other like we are. The Derby world is so different. You could be whoever you are. It doesn't matter. You could be smart. You could be a businesswoman. You could be a stay-at-home mom. You could be in retail. It doesn't matter what you do. You can be different. You can be accepted. And that's the beautiful part about it.
Dan Seed, 7 Sports.